sa Amerika ni Rhea Luz.
Hola mga kababayan, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. This is Rhea Luz of Buhay Buhay sa Amerika and we are live at Entremujeres Radio. I am so blessed to be surrounded by beautiful and wonderful kababayan who are not only beauty queens but great advocacies that will be presented to you today. Presenting my co-host first is Miss Ghiezl Cacnio.
I'm a Mrs. Visayas-Arizona 2022.
And Miss Joanne DelaRosa Peña.
Mrs. Mindanao-Arizona 2022.
Yes, I'd love to thank first these wonderful beauty queens who help us for Buhay Buhay sa America's premiere of Take Me to Banawe here in Arizona last April 1st. These two are so humble and so generous and very hospitable to support us in that event. And we thank you. That's why sila yung kasama ko ngayon as co-host. And as you can see on this beautiful and colorful screen, ay napakagaganda ng ating mga candidate ng Mrs. Philippines Arizona 2023. So, without further ado, let's ask them to introduce themselves. Let's starting from Miss Reese.
Hi everybody, my name is Riz Valerie Sizemore and I'm representing the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce of Arizona.
Magandang gabi po. Good evening to everybody. My name is Mary Gloan Abuan Macaraeg Bartolome. Yes, it's a long name, and I'm very excited to be a part of this prestigious pageant, which is the Mrs. Philippines Arizona 2023. Thank you.
Yes.
And my name is Corazon de la Cruz Houston. And I am representing Phoenix Barangay Lions Club.
Magandang araw, magandang hapon, maradyaw na adlaw sa Ijuhurot. And I am Daisy Lloyd, contestant number 4. And I represent AZ Moto, Team Lumpia AZ Moto.
Team Lumpia! Nagutom kaming bigla. Etong dalawang tong kasabi ko, do you wanna say anything about your advocacy last year?
Oh, my advocacy is like a volunteering. We continues doing that, like feeding people. Like I just came from the Philippines, so I have a project. So for the kids, they're all sick, and we give some hygiene kit and the food and the diapers.
Wow.
That's awesome.
And you're from the Phoenix American Lions?
I'm from Phoenix Asian Americans Lions Club.
Yes. And Joanne?
I represent the Visaya Filipino Social Club of Arizona, and my advocacy was to promote cultural awareness by performing cultural dances, Filipino folk dances at several events. And there's a great lesson, important lesson that I learned. I learned a lot of lessons during my reign, but the most important thing that I remember is success is a team effort, and humility, perseverance, and consistency can take you places.
That's right. And not only that, I remember one time you said, you can unite people one dance at a time.
That's
so
true.
I think you have done that very well on your reign, Ms.
Yes.
Joanne. And because of that, as you mentioned, humility and teamwork and perseverance, I think all these wonderful, beautiful queens will learn from both of you, and to the other two beauty queens, Mrs. Philippines Arizona 2022.
And
And
Mrs.
Mrs.
Luzon,
Luzon,
Arizona
and Mrs.
2022.
Luzon. And so, since we mentioned about advocacy, let's ask these beautiful ladies about their advocacy.
You want to start, my sister?
Let's start again with Reese.
It's me again. So my advocacy is helping the homeless. I'm part of the Arizona Friends of Homeless Outreach. It's not a very big group, it's just a very small group with just a few volunteers. And that's why I joined. It's one of my basically passion is to bring in more volunteers, donors, and sponsors. So hopefully I could use this platform to do that.
Oh, you are going to surely make it even better, Reese.
Thank you.
Yes. How about
Ako po. Well, I represent the Filipino Club of Arizona, who are very supportive of my advocacy, which is not just increasing awareness, because I think our community is already aware of what is autism, but the acceptance, I think, is still lacking. Even in my own family, I can still say that sadly they feel embarrassed about it. Like, don't tell them that your son has autism. Like, it's not a disease. It's not something that you have to be afraid of. So I didn't even know at the time when I chose to advocate for autism, because when we were when I agreed to join the pageant back in February, of course I have to think about advocacy right away. I didn't know that at that time my son has autism, but I'm already working at a place that serve children with special needs that includes autism. And then come June, that's when my son was diagnosed. So I was like, I just got the confirmation that yes, I need to be a part of that activity to help, not just to increase awareness, not just to increase understanding, because we have that. It's just the acceptance that I would like to help our Filipino American community to have more of that compassion and understanding and love, and not to be afraid, or not afraid, but embarrassed to say, my son, my family member, my loved one has autism, and they are not different, and they're not less.
Yes.
Thank you.
They are special.
Yes, they're very
And a blessing.
Yeah, God
'Cause
has made them uniquely like that.
They have
Yes.
special superpowers. We just
Yeah.
have to find it, and it's just amazing.
Yes, true.
Yes.
I remember one of my guests in the past, her son has, as you said, superpower. Her son actually it's like foresee things.
Yes.
And as you mentioned, we just need to tap what is the superpower that they have.
Yes.
And thank you for
Yes, ma'am.
sharing.
My pleasure.
And you mentioned you work with those
Children with
children.
special
And,
needs. Yes.
Mary is a physical therapist,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Yeah.
Reese, what is your background?
I work for American Express, so I work for corporate cards. So I'm in the corporate industry, so it's completely different from what I finished in college.
And you also do catering.
Yes, and I
This
do
woman is so
Very talented.
all around.
jack of all
Jack
trades,
of all trades,
master
yeah.
of none. Because I also do balloon decorations, and what else do I do? I think I do everything. I'm a handyman too. I know how to do drywalls.
My fellow Ilocana. So
Yep. We're stingy.
yes.
And very resourceful.
Yes.
Exactly.
A true Filipina.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Very
true.
definition.
Yeah. So would you like to ask the other two? The next
You
two?
start there too, since you
Okay,
started
so
there.
I'll start with Daisy. What is your advocacy?
So my advocacy is to have the best access for the healthcare, especially for geriatric. Back in the island where I grew up, so they don't have much of the help. It's very remote, and it's just hard for the elderly ones that's being sick. So I guess I could be a voice for them to have that help, like medical missions.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's very nice.
That's
It-
nice.
I'm excited to being a part of this pageant, so I can be a
Yes.
voice for those people.
And I heard that Daisy lives in one of the best places in Arizona, in Weekend World.
Yeah. An hour
She
away.
has, she has great place to raise a homestead.
Yeah, I'm blessed and very grateful being there for 11 years.
Yeah.
So it's a home for me, away from home.
Kahit social na social thing. And if you feel warm, we have 117, 118 degrees in Arizona today. So even in the studio, I think we feel
A little
warm. So
Yes.
feel free to remove the jacket if you want to.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we?
What
Like
about
it
Cora?
or
What is
like-
your
How about you,
advocacy?
Cora?
Me, well, my
Yes,
advocacy is, let me fix my, well, my advocacy is about lupus. So, it all started actually just with myself. I was diagnosed with that autoimmune disease. It was a long journey. So, me having to like go through that myself, and I work in the healthcare field, and seeing other people, I mean, at first I myself wasn't educated, And I thought about it like, oh, why do people feel like that? Why do people feel this way? So then I get to experience it myself.
Oh, wow.
It was a long journey. It was like, going back and forth to the to hospitals, doctors here and there. So having to be passed on to different kind of doctors, having to go through, the unknown phase wherein I don't know. And I thought that when you get diagnosed with lupus, it's just like that, just in a matter of seconds. But it takes a lot. It takes a lot of diagnosing, a lot of, and then I wanted to just because I am having to go through with that kind of autoimmune disease. It's very rare. Nobody knows it. It's not being talked about, and even doctors do not.
Yeah, it's only
So-
Marcos. We only learn about it because Marcos has
yes.
lupus.
So it doesn't get talked about a lot, and I wanted to raise awareness to, when it comes to autoimmune disease, when it comes to lupus, that, we could do things. It does take the toll out of you, physically, emotionally, mentally, even. And other people would be looking at me. You don't look sick.
Yeah.
Why do you say you have this and you have that, but you do all these things, So the stereotypes. So I just wanted to spread awareness and be the voice for all those people that is going through the same thing as me, because it's hard. And having to me myself, if I don't work in the healthcare field and I don't know how to advocate myself, I guess I just got lucky that I work as a nurse and I get to say doctor, can we do this and that? What about other people?
Yeah.
Right? So being that, I wanted to be that for other people, that if they can't do that, I can do that for them. I can facilitate resources for them.
And
So-
you work as a case manager.
Yes,
As a case manager.
So
That's
it's a blessing in
wonderful.
disguise, I guess.
Yeah, it was,
Good.
and I think bringing that into this in the community, making it as your platform, will really bring awareness to all of us that that you can be the voice for them.
Yes, and having to even if I go back home in the Philippines and if I see things that are, if people are going through the same symptoms, maybe I could, have them go to oh, maybe you should see this, maybe you should see that, So it's a great journey.
Thank you so much. And I know there are several others who's supposed to come, but they could not come because it's too hot and it's a long drive, especially for someone from Tucson. So would you be able to mention the other names of the candidates who are
Okay,
not
one of
here
the
today?
candidates is the candidate number 6 is Ruth Alvarez from Filipino-American Business of Chamber of Commerce of Arizona. And then the candidates number 8, Laura Carson of Bayanihan Phil-Am Club of Tucson. And the other one is candidate number 9, Ghiezl Arceo from Phoenix Asian Americans Lions Club.
Yeah, and who else?
And then I have candidate number 2, Rusi Igot Alexi from National Federation of Filipino American Association. And candidate number 5, Edeline McLaughlin, representing the Bisaya Filipino Social Club of Arizona. And then candidate number 10, Maribel Biso from the Filipino American Marriage Group of Arizona.
Yeah, they are here too, so people can also hear their outstanding advocacies. I watched your performance in the last Philippine Independence Day celebration, and I was so impressed. The Philippine Independence Day, Mrs. Philippines Arizona pageantry is becoming elevated every year. It's not that the others are less, but really you are
The national costume.
the
amazing here.
national
amazing.
costume is like an international pageant.
We went on a different level.
Especially Cora. I thought Cora, I suddenly see her smiling in the pictures, and now I see her personality is coming out. So this is so bubbly.
You
Yeah.
give us a lot.
I do. Sometimes I feel like even at work, and when I'm at work, I have to being a case manager. Sometimes I have to go out first or pick myself
yourself
together
up.
before I go out there and say, okay, let's talk about it.
Para tayong nasa view, ah.
Yeah.
So, I'm really inspired to hear your advocacies, and it feels like we're not just promoting this time the Philippine Independence Day celebration on the 29th, but also bringing all your advocacies to the open and have our community talk about
Right.
Yes.
more of what you are promoting. Oh my God.
Beauty with a purpose.
Exactly.
And great intentions.
Exactly.
Well, I think beauty pageant is beyond the physical aspects
Exactly.
of us presenting ourselves. It's beyond that now. As you said,
Not like before.
yes, pageantry is now elevated to a level wherein they can see us, our heart, and what we are standing for or advocating for. To use this platform, I think whether to win or not, or you get the crown or not, we already have been a voice of each
Yes.
other.
Exactly.
It's
Yes.
like even though you're win or lose, you need to continue your advocacy.
Yes.
Exactly.
And not only that, is it also brings the community together.
Yes.
Together.
Yeah.
Because I remember when Joanne, when I first saw her perform with those
That was amazing.
I already foresee she's going to really bring the Philippine culture to the community. In fact, I gave her a title. Cultural ambassador of the Philippines.
She wore it well.
Yeah.
And I think for us also that has like an American husband with
Yeah.
kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know, I live an hour away from Phoenix, so this is my first time being with the community, and I want my kids to see what Filipino cultures because hindi nakaka-uwi every year.
Yeah.
You know, it's very seldom we could go home. So this is like being with you guys as Filipinos in US. It's like being at home. So I
Yes.
remember the Fast of AZ. That was the first time I was with so much Filipinos in one roof. It feels so homey, like the sayaw.
Yeah, like you're back home in the Philippines.
Yes.
I miss home.
And you
We
hear
all do.
the PIDC, they sing mostly the in Tagalog.
Tagalog.
It's like, oh,
Sa
it
OPM
brings you
song.
home.
The Bisaya, you know, to hear the
Yeah.
Bisaya people. Yeah.
Yeah.
really
Who was the Bisaya Social Club, the one with the
Adeline.
Adeline.
Yeah, the entire entourage
yes.
of the
Yes.
Mindanao
Oh, yes.
Singkil. Wow,
The Miss
beautiful.
Pangalay.
Look at that. Look at this
That's
Also,
Lizelle.
I'm from Phoenix, Asia, and Americans like
That's
Queen.
from Team Olympia.
And
Oh,
Ruth. She's the one who danced Hawaiian, right?
No.
yeah, it's Ruthie, the one.
That's
Rusi.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
Reese, ayan, Virgin
Mary.
Mary, and
Laura Carson.
Laura.
I love her gown.
That's
Adeline.
Adeline.
Yeah, the Singkil.
Her costume
That's
was
Pangalay.
heavy.
Yes, beautiful.
Amazing,
12
our
kilograms.
costumes. I was so
Yes.
proud that I was
And
showing my
Marielle.
coworkers, like, look at our costumes.
Yeah.
Exactly, like the whole stage was beautiful.
Yeah.
I can tell that your
And not
national
only that, your costume
costume
really
really great.
brought so much attention to the Philippine culture.
It just shows how
Yeah.
beautiful our culture is.
Yes.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
Coral.
Look at Laura.
Laura. Sorry, manok.
Ang galing, ang galing.
She's an eagle. Like she's an eagle.
Is
Baby
it eagle
eagle.
or
It's an eagle.
Yeah.
I
So
did
I
it
as
Daisy,
mentioned I like the way when Daisy mentioned in one of your introduction that you want your daughters to
Exactly.
emulate.
It
And see
is.
the power of-
because that's part of them being half Filipino, half American, and because I'm far away or
Yeah.
parang tinamad, so
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
I commit myself to being with my community just to show my kids that this
Good.
is a part of them
Yeah.
aside from living in America with an American dad, but this is half of them.
Yeah.
So they
This
can
is
see
your
their
mom
culture.
side.
Yes.
So they see their culture or like the other half.
Yes.
Like not just the American way, but they
Yes.
would learn about the Filipino way.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
that's
The other
perfect.
side of her mom.
Yeah, that's exactly. I have not been very
You don't
active
wanna
with
see
the
the other
Filipino
side.
community too, so now it's just the time that I started being active. So
And
I'm looking forward to my kids learning
Yeah.
about the
Yeah.
Filipino culture and traditions.
And the best thing is you let them eat
Filipino food.
Oh, yes.
Oh my God. Tinola.
Which she makes very good Filipino food.
Minsan sinigang.
The
So-
pancit canton.
I know.
I wish we have
I want
the
pancit
chance to
canton.
bring that.
Well, I brought
Cooking.
cassava cake.
Wow, cassava
Maybe
cake.
we should have another segment wherein we have a table.
I know. I
Yeah.
wish.
Budo-budo
Yes,
fry.
magmumukbang ka with kamayan.
Yeah, so maybe Entremujeres Radio will allow us to have this huge boodle pie.
Yes.
So
That would be fun. Oops, but then
yes, because there will be another show after this, so we
Okay.
cannot have that. But
Yes.
let's talk. Would you like to know, Giselle and Joanne? Would you like to know what are the? I'm sure. Let me ask you first. What was your during the time you were in the pageant? What was your main challenge during the time?
My main challenge, maybe the Q&A. Everybody knows that. Yeah, because like everybody's like nervous in the Q&A, but the thing is like even walking, I don't know how to walk like this, because this is my first time joining the pageant, and I was so shocked because at the age of 49 I become a beauty queen. And I'm proud to say that I'm 50. Yeah, so it's really fun. I learned more confidence. Now I can talk to everybody, right? And of course, I found my little sister in this pageant.
Yeah.
Partners in
Yeah,
crime.
yeah, that's fun. So just enjoy the pageant.
The ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do.
yeah.
How about Joanne?
My biggest challenge was I am camera shy. So
Really?
yes.
You don't even look like it.
Yeah. So before I started the pageant, we have to have the advocacy video that I had to rehearse myself in front of the mirror and record myself using my phone too, because every time there's a camera and there's a phone in front of, there's a microphone in front of me and a camera, I kind of like tremble. I'm like, oh, everything gets loose or something. So. And sometimes I feel like my mouth is dry, like can I talk, or like that was the biggest challenge for me. But now, where's that camera? Where's that?
Confidently beautiful. With a heart.
Like a confident too.
So, that was,
Great
that
job.
was the greatest one.
You have so pageantry can overcome your shyness and your
Yes.
confidence will be boosted.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So let's start with Reese.
Us again? How
Yeah.
about them po? No, just
It's fine.
Let's go back to Reese. right hand na kasi eh.
So what was my biggest challenge joining this pageant? It would be time with my family, my business. So I had to like put it back a little bit. But then, it's all good because it's me being more active in the community and my kids knowing more about the community and me promoting my business. So now I have like a lot of people that order stuff from me. So it's not really a challenge if you put it that way. It's more of just a little bit of a setback. But and then now, getting closer to the coronation, our house got burnt. And then my car got burnt. So so a couple of people thought that I was gonna back out because of this, but I said no. This is just a stumbling block. It's not gonna stop me from doing what I love to do. Because just because something happens, it doesn't mean that your life would stop, that everything would stop. No, you just move on, move forward, and then just keep carrying on. And so I'm thankful that I have all of you guys and the Filipino community that helps me.
And
So-
you have a GoFundMe for that.
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna have that shut down because we decided to move to a different house. So I'm thankful because Mrs. Go set that up. I was
Lutong bahay.
I was
Thank
so
you.
shy. She's amazing. Mrs. Go's amazing.
Grace.
But now that we're moving, so whatever funds that's in there, I'm just gonna give that to my homeless group.
Oh, that is so nice of you, Reese. So thank you so much, Mrs. Grace Go,
Yes,
for
thank you.
initiating that. It only shows the bayanihan spirit
Exactly.
of Filipinos. Yes. Reese, go move a little bit. Yeah.
So you see
para
me. There you
kita.
go.
Ang ganda.
Oh my gosh.
At yan. So, Mary?
I actually, it's kind of like a hard question for me because I don't see any challenges.
Oh.
Just because when I commit myself to something, anything that might be, considered as a challenge by other people, for me it's an opportunity for me to get better. But I would say if I were to really pick a challenge, it will be to rein in all these wonderful ideas I have in mind.
Yeah.
I get super excited. I want to do this. I want to do that, and just to have a more focus. Again, maybe it's a challenge for my husband to look at this. Because I made my own national costume.
Yeah.
So what I did, I engaged my children doing it with me. So instead of them being a challenge for
Yeah.
me to focus on doing something that I have to wear in like a few weeks, I actually asked my kids to join me. And so all those little challenges, it's actually a great way for me to,
Family bonding.
yes, it's a bonding time, an opportunity, and they even help me, learn about Filipino costumes. So I guess that's the biggest challenge, if you can consider it. It's just to focus.
That's a great mindset.
Yes, yes. There's always an opportunity. It's never a challenge if you take it as a part of the journey to get better and be better in financial obligations, managing it. Because again, I become excited about things and keep buying that. So it actually brings up that kind of hey, do not go beyond your limits. So it's again improving my ability to manage. So
Great job.
yeah.
Me, challenges would be
kidding.
would be my.
Surprise ganda.
I'm sorry.
It's just the physical.
Cora.
Yes. Because having to go through the rehearsal, walking. I mean, I walk 2 minutes and I just feel like passing out.
Yeah.
I actually had the time where I was sent to the ER and had to go to work because of chest pain. So I guess that's the challenges that I had to go through this. But I mean, I wanted to do it. So I guess with that strength and the courage that I put into myself, God is just giving me okay, I'm gonna give you that light. I'm gonna give you be more stronger. That even if you're going through something, something will happen, but you have to look at the brighter side of it, right? You're doing this for a purpose.
Yeah.
So
You have children?
I do that one too. I guess challenge.
That's all our
No, I mean,
challenges are children.
I just want to
I have 3 boys.
Oh my
So
gosh.
all boys, it wears me out.
Yes.
So I guess that's just the big part of it. I felt like sometimes it makes me feel like, oh, why me? Why lupus, right? Sometimes it makes me think that way. But then, it just comes with it. You get through one thing, but you have to look at the brighter side of it, and even if sometimes you have you get brought to the emergency for something, it's just
Keep going.
yes.
Since you were talking about lupus and wanted to talk about bringing this to light, can you tell in the audience what are the symptoms that initially you had?
It's
Because this is,
actually it differs with everybody, and I mean I've met with a group already. I'm connected with the Lupus Foundations of Amerika, so I have my own advocate there. So there's different kind of representatives that we have to go through, and they tell us that when we
Everybody
talk
is
to somebody, the symptoms differs to everybody. Me, it hits my liver and my stomach and other organs and my skin. So it's generalized, and it actually affected some of my brain already. So and then other people that I've met is very mild. So it just really depends on when you get lupus, some people would be like, oh, but I feel fine. So I think that's one thing that I wanted everybody to know, that when somebody has lupus, it doesn't necessarily mean that they will all feel the same way, they will get hit all the same way. It doesn't. So
Thank you so much, Cora. You even inspire us even
enlightening.
more
Yeah.
because of what you mentioned, and you're still keep on going.
I have to.
Keep on fighting.
Yeah.
Yes, I have
Keep
to.
moving forward.
Yes, and I cooked up myself. I actually had gone through the state of depression, and like having to take medication like M&Ms. I sometimes feel like I'm playing. At nighttime when I have to take my medications, it's just like, oh, red, blue, red, blue. But
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And thank you for being here.
thank you for having us.
You are
Miss
truly,
Daisy.
Thank you for being me all the
Yeah.
time, girl.
you are really like a
Inspired.
walking testimony because
Yeah.
not everybody has
Right.
your knowledge
Yes.
to really advocate
We
for
should
this.
we need. I think we need to add another award.
That's right.
Miss
Yeah,
Ghiezl.
Perseverance Award.
The Perseverance Award that goes to me.
And the good thing
Because
about
positivity.
the good thing about the platform is it amplifies your voice.
Yes.
Yes.
See, sometimes my kids ask me, Mom, why is your voice so loud? I tell them because I'm Filipino.
And Ilocano too.
Yes.
That's how we speak.
Exactly.
They tell me when I tell
So
them something.
yeah, for me,
How about Daisy?
the challenge of being in this pageant,
Yeah.
it's the time, and because I'm more than an hour, to a lot of times more than an hour away from all of you guys, and like Saturdays, a lot of those days are being with kids, and of course with the manok.
Yeah.
Kidding. So yeah, it's challenging that way, like to juggle up from Monday to Friday with constant work, and you know, being at home is work, but then coming here. But I tell myself, and even talking to Reese, like being with you ladies, it's like a vacation for us for a few hours
Exactly.
Yeah.
away
That's
from
true.
home.
That's true.
But yeah,
Your stash and soon
There's
with a
such-
crown.
Like a kid-free vacation and husband-free
Yes.
vacation.
so yeah, it's just definitely that drive, and you know, the time that being with my kids. But I tell my kids, you know, one day you're gonna see me there in final, so I have to go. She's like, where are you going again? It's like, well, mommy's busy for
It's
now.
just the beginning, honey.
It's only the
Honey,
beginning.
it's just the beginning. I'll be busier after this.
This is just a taste.
Exactly.
Do you have more?
So yeah, it's just definitely you know, it's like a challenge and a blessing that knowing with you ladies, like I didn't know much because, well, I work in the home health care and a lot of nurses, and my boss
also
are
a nurse?
Filipinos. I'm a home health aide.
Wow.
In the next few years, I'll be a nurse.
Yes.
So yeah, it's great being with this community that I've never known. 11 years being in the U.S., but now I
And
know
now,
you
guys,
guys.
everybody knows you.
Yeah.
And especially later, we'll make her even know.
Oh,
Yeah, sure. So you mentioned about your husband and your children.
Oh my God.
I think it is about time that you should. I think that's the one thing you should appreciate. Number one, because you won't be allowed to be here without them, right?
Correct.
So
Oh, it's
give a huge shout out to all the husbands out there.
yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you, Andy.
I love you, Baba.
Love you.
I love you, mahal. Later.
Yeah, later. Alam na.
Madam?
Shout out sa akong bana.
Aw.
Mike. Pag sa akong anak, Jana.
Yeah.
Shoutout sa tatlo kong anak na nanonood ngayon. Hello.
Yeah. Last time.
Thank you.
Yeah. Last
So very
time I got
supportive.
her children to come to Buhay Buhay sa America and recognize them for their amazing
Yes.
achievement in
Yeah.
school.
Oh,
And
that's
now
nice.
And
it's
now
Giselle.
my eldest son is now a pilot.
Mommy
Yes.
Yes.
Now we're gonna get a free
And mine is
flight.
Ama. And my second son is already graduated in senior high school, but he also going to the ASU for pilot also.
Yeah.
And my youngest is who wants to be a aerospace engineer.
Oh,
nice.
Go to West Point.
Yes, boy.
Tell him to go to West Point. Talking about West Point, we wanted to send a huge prayer to all those people who were affected by the typhoon, great flood actually hit West Point. And my daughter is still there. Hope that she can come home soon. So
yeah, just to say, I'm very proud to my kids.
yes,
Very
we're all
supportive
proud,
kids.
yeah. Well, thank you so much for your amazing work. And
Thank you.
by the way, I have to thank
the sponsor of today's show, is the Women's Federation for World Peace, which I am the chairwoman of Arizona. Women's Federation for World Peace USA. If you want to know more about this, go to wfwp.us today. It is an amazing organization and would love to invite you to come join us and be a part of this amazing organization.
Would love to.
Yeah,
Sana sa po.
yeah, wfwp.us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much.
And please like and subscribe to Buhay Buhay sa Amerika and share this show.
Okay, Talagang Basta Filipina, Maganda, kahit Misis Na.
At may bosses pa. Thank you so much. And you can follow us at Buhay Buhay sa Amerika on YouTube, on Facebook, and also Entremujeres Radio on YouTube and on Facebook. We thank Entremujeres Radio for allowing us to have the voice here in Arizona. We are the radio program for our community in Arizona through Entremujeres Radio. So, you know,
Forget to subscribe.
yeah. And you know what? Isang boses na alam ko si Cora kumanta din eh.
Ah, hindi po narinig yung boses
Ay,
ko.
kasi
Nasad ako doon.
Di pwede ka na. Pwede ulit. Pwede ka pakinggan. Nakapela.
Parang gitara.
Yeah.
Si Miss Daisy po muna.
Si Miss Daisy.
Tinuro na.
Yeah. So ituro natin, Miss Daisy. I heard you sang and lahat ng tao nagpalakpakan, nagtayuan pa. I heard her sing Never Enough.
Never enough.
Would you be able to give us a taste of that Never Enough?
Sure.
You are more than enough actually. Javier, do you the microphone is next to you. Talagang it was prepared for you right there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think if Javier can find this Never Enough, you can stand. Okay. Yeah.
Trying to hold my breath. Let me stay this way. Can't let this moment end. You set up a dream in me, getting louder when you hear it echoing. Take my hand, will you share this with me? 'Cause darling, without you, all the shine of 1,000 spotlights, all the stars we steal from the night sky will never be enough, never be enough. Towers of gold are still too little. These hands could hold the world, but it'll never be enough, never be enough. Never, 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 never for me, for me. Never enough, never
nandun siya sa hotel, talagang ang lakas ng never enough. Ay, napasama mo kami. Control ng kanya. Kasi maliit yung lugar.
Very good control.
Sabi ko, sana sigaw ka.
Nawala sa practice.
But you know what? You made us sing and perform
Yes.
in the background. Great job.
United
Salamat.
Areas.
Yes.
Inviting us po.
Ako ba?
Mag-akapela ka.
Cora? Yeah, mag-acapella ka. Actually, si nag-marimar yan.
Just
Isang
me.
Isang kamot ni Marimar.
Sige na, isang kamot lang ni Marimar.
Kulor.
Sige, magkikamot ka, mag-aakapela ako.
Doris.
Ano pa rin, ma?
Hindi ako sumasayaw, pero
Isang ano
Ganun
dyan.
lang.
Ayan, sige, one mo.
Ayan na, si
sayang hindi
Marimar.
na. Si Marimar.
O, diba?
Lalo na ako Marimar ka nga eh.
Marimar. You
Look
look
at
in
the
the camera.
camera.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, sorry that we did not have the
The
music.
We're gonna sing.
Marimar!
Paano ba yun?
Sister.
Nagsayaw ka din, di ba?
Opo.
Wala sa seryo.
Lyrical dance.
Interpretive
Yeah, parang ganun
dance.
po.
Yeah.
Lyrical dance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mahirap po
Si
eh.
Wakanda.
Si Wakanda.
Wakanda yung sayo.
Uy, hindi siya si Wakanda.
Oo, yes.
Yung theme song ng Wakanda yung ano.
Ayun ba yun?
So you can stand and
Dapat po kakanta ako dun eh.
Oh yeah.
Kaya lang di carry. Ang hirap po kasi palag ikanta yung
Habang
dance.
Ah.
So it actually started like a family song. Because even until now, my kids kept on singing it. Because it starts like, lift me up. O yun na po. Ang favorite part ko doon was, of course, when my son ran to me and then hugged me at the end. But also the hold me, that was the easiest part for me. So maybe I can do that.
Yes.
Sige, saglit lang, naka-heels tayo. Baka mahulog ako. So, pasensya na pag nangyari.
Upo ka na lang. Tapos ganun-ganun.
Mahirap, sister. Saglit
sige.
lang.
Load ka na.
Or yung para siyang ganito. Hold me, hold me. Ay, sorry po, tumatawa ako. Hold me, hold me. Tapos bigla akong ganun. Ayun na po yun.
Kailangan mo hanapin yung lyrics.
But kahit walang lyrics.
Ay, hindi po.
Kung ano yung
Nakalimutan ko nga po yung
Wala daw yun. La, la, la.
Lalal.
Okay.
You're the one that I am. Sa gitna.
Nakalimutan. Ay, tuloy eh.
Sister, here.
Nakalimutan ko din yung umpisa.
Yung chorus na lang yung paborito mo.
Filipino song ko, yes. Alamid.
Alamid.
Yes.
Alamid.
Mga batang 90s
Yes,
dyan.
from the lead singer is from Malabon.
Ay, talaga? Oh, I didn't know.
Yung,
I
yung
thought that
chorus.
was
Hanapin natin yung
Handahan natin
Yung chorus.
chorus na lang.
Nakalimutan ko nga din yung chorus kasi nga po
Yung
yung...
kora na lang.
Kora na lang.
Kora na lang.
Pero maraming salamat.
Kumakanta nun.
Ay,
For
thank you din po.
for being so
Ay,
generous to share your talents and feeling at home at Buhay Buhay sa Amerika.
Yes!
ano naman yung ginawa ko sa talent ko?
Para po para at least kahit nasa malayo, feeling
Malapit
na...
pa rin.
Yes!
Malayo man.
Malayo man, pero
Babalik
malapit
ka
pa
rin.
rin.
Babalik ka rin.
Babalik ka rin.
Isang tanong pa natin. Ito para na rin tanong sa inyong dalawa at sa ating mga candidates. Kasi what's your
Number 11.
advice that you can give to our kababayan, especially for these candidates
Oh, yeah.
who join the Mrs. Philippines Arizona? How can they bring unity to our community?
Q&A pa rin, challenge.
Yeah.
No, the only thing that I can advise to the candidates, that what I say before, that win or lose, just continue your advocacy. Not because you're in the pageant right now and you're doing your advocacy. Just continue, because it's like if really your advocacy came from your heart, you can continue that until your kids watching you, because my kids since they're a little. Actually, I don't have kids, and the time that I started my community service with the Missionary of Charity in Tondo, Malabon. So that time, because I don't have a kids, but they grow up, seeing that every year we do the outreach to the kids. So until now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How about
Just
A
be
short message,
just be consistent, and I know you can't please everybody. So if you hear like something criticism, take it as a constructive criticism and improve and build on that.
yeah?
Yeah.
Thank
you.
you.
Salamat.
How about sa mga magiging Mrs. Philippines
Arizona
Arizona
2023.
2023? What would be your advice, win or lose, how we can make our community even united through
So,
your platform, through your
in-
voice?
Joining, like you hear a lot of negative things and positive things. One thing that I inculcated in my mind is words from Eleanor Roosevelt, which is nobody can make you feel inferior without your consent. Which goes with the marites, So you could hear stuff, you could hear negative things. Don't let it affect you. Use it as something that would help you build your character and make you more resilient. So,
Good job.
And I think kindness goes a long way as
Yes.
well.
Yes.
You know,
Exactly.
just being kind. I think our society right now we're very
We need it.
critical to a lot of times
Exactly.
and para bang yung maya-maya, di ba, na marites. So I
Yeah.
think just be kind kasi you don't know what that
That
person been going through, just
Exactly.
looking to what's the outside,
Yes.
you know. So it's medyo nawawala yun eh. Yeah. So
Thank you.
How about you, Corazon?
How about
Me?
Cora?
Well, just like what Ate Daisy said, kindness, we should spread that. Like, it's free. Why not just scatter it everywhere like glitters? Diba? Sprinkle that thing everywhere. Because it's, it's something that you could, you can do, especially with this generation. We're in a very, very different kind of generation now. We have
Social
the
media.
social media, it's everything. I think we just have to be very mindful of what we say, and we always have to, at least me myself, even if with this kind of generation, I still want to look back to the old ways. I think I'm just very just me. I still want that. Like, I wanted to incorporate it together. Today is a modern world, but it's still nice
The
to put
basic.
the old back, like the
Yeah.
old days. That because I have kids, and with the social media nowadays, they see and they follow it. And I always tell them that it doesn't always have to. Whatever you see, you have to follow. Because there's not a lot of things in there. They would see something and they would follow. What if it's not the good thing, the right thing to do? So I always tell them that, and they always wanted to follow those people that they see on social media. And I say, if it's something good and if it's something that will, be a good thing for other people, then go ahead and do it. And do it always with the heart, with kindness.
So follow your
Right.
heart.
Yes,
It's
And-
like follow your heart.
Yes.
always.
And just like she says, kindness, sprinkle it like
it's
glitters.
It's yes,
free. Glitters,
free.
sticks.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good thing.
Yes.
Only pala free ang glitter na we do have to buy that. But kindness is
Oh, but then you sprinkle
Yeah.
it like dust.
Yeah.
It's free in Arizona.
Do you have a short message?
yes. For future candidates and future queens, one thing I really wanted to also emphasize as far as what I can advise or share is to have Godfidence.
Godfidence.
Yes.
I respect everyone's beliefs, and we all have that kind of value. We're doing this not to glorify us, but to glorify our God, Almighty God. So I don't see my pageant sisters as my competitors.
Yes.
They are my pageant sisters who's going through the same journey as I am.
Yes.
So it's actually not. I don't need that self-confidence to beat my fellow sisters, because I am there for a purpose as well, whatever that might be. Maybe with a crown that will just magnify my voice.
Yeah.
But being in this pageant alone has given me that voice already.
Yes.
I wouldn't even be here, so I know that God has given me that confidence to be able to say what I need to say today, and be able to share that we cannot do things without Him, and whatever happens, it's His will, and we just have to really embrace that, and He will make our advocacies even brighter and bigger than what we can expect. So,
Amen.
yes.
I
love
like that
that.
new word.
Confidence.
Word of the day.
Confidence. I don't have
Kindness and
Confidence.
So,
Hashtag.
and unity is our
Yes.
hashtag. At sabi nga natin kanina, ang babaeng Pilipina, basta Pilipina, maganda, kahit may asawa. Kahit Misis Na. And so we really need to appreciate everybody, especially our husband, for allowing us to shine
Yes.
our beauty.
think
Para
we
naman
have-
akong nasa
Supporting us.
Yeah.
I'm supporting, but you know
Very
what?
supportive.
Whether you're in a pageant or not, you actually has a beauty that really shines through. It's not the crown
Yeah.
that you are wearing that makes you shine. It's the heart.
It's the heart.
It's the,
Yes.
So, whether you're the Mrs. Philippines, Arizona,
Arizona,
or what other title you
Title
have,
that you have.
claim it. You already have a title.
Yes.
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 Claim
So,
it.
yeah.
Because I claim already.
Not only in the sash, so remember that, right?
I have a sash.
I have a sash.
It has to be in your heart.
Yeah.
Yes. In my heart.
And keep that kindness spreading like wildflowers along the road. Sabi nga,
If
Ah.
kindness, if
Yeah.
done by many, can change the world.
that's
Yes,
right.
world
Yes. World peace. And kanina, while I'm driving in the highway, I was thinking of, that message. If you want, don't chase for butterflies. Don't chase for crowns.
Yeah.
But create a garden, because butterflies and bees will flock.
Yes.
Yes.
And the same
For
as
crowns.
keep doing what
created
you're
your
doing.
Uh-huh.
Keep your advocacy.
Be consistent.
Bring it to the open, and keep promoting your platform of kindness, of generosity, of humility, and especially unity within our community. Then you already have a garden, and people will come to you.
Yes.
Yes.
Very true.
That's
So,
true.
yun ang message natin today. So, as part of Buhay Buhay sa Amerika, we have upcoming events that we wanted to promote. So, aside from, right now, we wanted to promote, Kata and Mike on stage, an immersive,
there.
Yes, we'll be there.
yes,
be there.
it's an immersive contemporary musical experience, and where it will be?
It will be on July 14 at 7 p.m. at Phoenix. No, it's like in Arizona,
The Arizona Broadway Theater.
In Paradise Lane, Peoria,
Yeah.
Arizona. Malapit na kay
Yeah.
Daisy yan.
That's my friend. Hi, Kata.
Yes, Kata and Mike on
And
stage.
Mike, yeah.
So, I hope that you can come and support us. Support this event. And, could you read, Miss Joanne?
And we have the virtual National Parents Day 2023. It's a free online event on July 29th, 2023.
It's in the morning, so it will
Oh
not...
yeah, because that's also our pageant day.
Ours will be in the
While doing your
afternoon.
makeup.
Yes, it
Yes.
would be, you can watch it while you're doing your makeup.
Yes.
And of
Of
course,
course.
Yay!
It's virtual.
On July 29. Reese,
how about
can you break?
Reese?
July 29th, please don't forget to watch Mrs. Philippines Arizona, the gala night at the Hyatt Regency. It starts at 5, right?
5:30.
5:30. So yeah, come support us, watch us, and have fun, and then enjoy the disco afterwards.
Yes,
And
the party.
how can they get a hold of the ticket, Cora?
So, if you wanted to buy some ticket, you can message Jen Pato Aquino at
It's already
Gmail.
sold out.
Oh,
We have seven.
Oh,
We have
yeah.
sold out. Or we have
Sold
seven.
out.
I have to beg for
So
5.
I can put you in my purse. You can get in.
Or go after. Just watch
Yes.
outside.
So that would be any and of course a
Oh,
smile in your heart. The Baisan Production is bringing a smile in your heart.
Yeah, you can buy a ticket to me. You can call
Yeah,
me.
you can
Can you
reach out
read
to
it?
us.
So we're inviting you also
October
a
7,
smile in your heart, and this is with Ariel Rivera, Rufami Quinto also, and it's live in Phoenix, Arizona, and this will be October 7, just right after my birthday. October 7, 2023. Doors open at 5 o'clock, and it starts at
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Yes.
With the doors open
Ministries.
Yay!
And thank you so much for
Thank you,
being
Miss
here
Leah.
today.
Thank
I
you for
hope that
having
you
us.
enjoyed. And if you have more chances to come and support us, Buhay Buhay sa Amerika, I'd love to have you as my next co-host. Just like this too,
Oh,
right?
wow.
So,
Maybe we could do that mukbang.
yes. We will,
When we
let's
get-
have Reese become
bring
our,
food. Yes.
bring the catering.
You
Yes.
sponsor the food.
So yeah.
Catered by.
So we
Catered
we
by.
could eat like after the pageant. We're all like we could just.
We will be hungry then, so yeah.
That's right. Yes. So thank you so much for your coming today despite this 117-degree Fahrenheit.
Oh, it's absolutely
Thank you for
happy.
having us, Miss.
I hope that you can
It's our
share to
pleasure.
your
Napawis
friends.
ako ng konti.
Yeah.
Kasi I was outside nagtatakbo to get my son.
I
So when I get back, I was just so hot.
And you forgot to remove your
I
your,
know, right?
It's toasty.
your beautiful jacket. And again, thank you so much to all of you. We have few more minutes, 3 more minutes to go. Anything that you pick up from this guesting?
Well, it truly shows po that, Filipina are not just beautiful, but we are here with not just our intelligence, but our hearts. And,
Exactly.
just listening to my pageant sisters is just so inspiring. Like listening to what they want to stand for. Whoever wins, I hope that we can all come together still to work on our advocacies. Because,
Yes.
like unity,
Yes.
when we
Ability,
unite, we can
unity.
make a lot of great things.
Yes.
So,
Very
At
true.
itaas ang bandila ng Pilipinas.
Yes.
In America, we're just so grateful, just like those nurses, the physical therapists, and all
Yes.
other
healthcare.
workers that
Yeah.
just work so hard, and then helping our kababayans or family back home, sending money. We're just being grateful being in this country that we could work and then able to help.
Yes.
Yes.
And
And enjoy.
thank you. Thank you
Enjoy
so
the
much
US.
for bringing the Filipino community together. And Buhay Buhay sa Amerika is actually all about how we can unite our community together and bring voice to the, not only in Arizona, but bringing our voices to
absolutely.
America. So,
Let the world hear
yes.
how proud
Anything you
of us we
wanted to
are.
say?
I
Or
just
thank
promote
your makeup
I
artist?
just promote my my face basics.
Yes,
So
face
if you want to
basics
make a
here.
beautiful like them, just go to the face basics official care spa at 3202 East Greenway Road, Phoenix, Arizona, and you can call me at 602-566-4857. And thank you so much, Miss Ria Luz, for being your co-host. It's my pleasure.
Oh, thank you. It's an honor to have both of you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you
so
For
much.
Community First Home Healthcare, and my great sponsors, and to all of my sponsors, your support financially, morally, Eman Storco, Alvin, thank you sa lahat.
Sana maging sponsor ko rin sila. ng Buhay Buhay sa Amerika.
Yes.
So we
Thank you,
can
everybody,
continue
for your
to
support.
Yeah.
bring our community together. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
all
much.
of
Such a
you.
blessing po
Thank you,
to be here.
Phoenix
So
Nation,
again,
American Flying Club.
see you on
July
July
29.
29. It's gonna be
and
the final.
tomorrow for Mike and Kata.
Mike,
Yes.
yes. Tomorrow.
Magandang umaga
Magandang gabi po.
Pilipinas.
God bless you.
Entremujeres Home Health.
Mabuhay kayo.
This was Buhay Buhay sa Amerika. Join us again next time at entremujeresradio.net. Hanggang sa muli, mabuhay!